Okay, I goofed up on my other tile. So what I did is, this is the same tile, but I took a baby wipe and I just completely wiped it clean. This is the baby wipe. It wiped it all off. And I'm going to make sure that I use my embossing buddy to make it smooth. I don't have any white embossing powder hanging around, so we can do our stamps and do it right this time. So I'm going to stamp the Who Needs Halloween to Be Freaky in that corner. I'm going to stamp my Goth Girl over in this corner with the embossing ink, the clear embossing ink. And then I'm going to pour black embossing powder over top. And stand it up, shake it off, and we have a much better, much clearer image now this time. And I'm going to emboss that. Halloween. And we're done. You want to, when it cools off, you want to spray your fixative over it. You want to put your pads on the bottom to protect your furniture. And you have it. I spent 16 cents on the surface, and you already have your stamps and your embossing powder, and your alcohol inks will go a long way. You saw how little I used. And of course you do want to ink up your edges. And this puts a really nice border around this, because we use light colors. My tile's hot, it's kind of burning my fingers. And then you want to go and do all your edges as well. Okay, and there's the second tile. And let's go one more. I'm going to clean out my jewel tray for my black embossing powder. And that's ready to go. Put the lid on this. Let's move this one out from under the camera. And I'm going to dust off my area here a little bit. So now we have a light background with some dark embossing powder. We have a dark background with some light embossing powder. Let's go. This time I also got this stamp at OWSE, and this time I want to stamp this in gold. So let's see. Let's pull this off. See what kind of colors can we come up with. The gold looks good against kind of a dark background. Let's go with a little bit of red. And I'm just kind of making this up, this colors up as I go. And let's see, here's a darker red, here's a rust. Let's do cranberry and rust instead of watermelon. And let's go ahead and put our green in it again. Let's go with oregano, which is kind of an olive green. Okay, and this time instead of copper, we should go with let's see, let's go with maybe silver. Maybe silver, because we're going to get the warm gold when we do our embossing powder. So, and you don't have to put your lids back on your alcohol inks right away. It's a good thing to kind of put them on there as soon as you can so that you don't spill your ink, because this will last for years, depending on how many you do. And when it falls on your craft mat, you know, you can always do like you do with the tags. Just, you know, put it on there. Let me clean this back off. Okay. So let's get another alcohol pad out. Or I mean a felt pad out. I change these every time I change colors. And I mean, you could dry them and use them again, but they're very, very inexpensive. So let's start with our green. And I don't know how this color is going to come out. I really don't. It might be really yucky. But let's see. Let's put our cranberry on. Yeah, those would be kind of some Christmas colors for a tile if you wanted. And let's go with rust. Let's see what kind of ugly color we come up with. Oh, and don't forget, well, I think I'll save the silver for, let's put it on there. Okay, that's not a whole lot different from what we just had, really. It's just kind of redder. So I'm going to dry that. Then, now I'm going to put the silver on. And I think I'm going to switch felt pads. So I have a pad with just silver on it. Okay, now let's pounce this silver on. And let's spray the blending solution. If I can find it. And that got interesting, didn't it? Pretty interesting. Let's spread those silver things out, the silver pods. And let's go back to, you know, this is looking a lot more like Christmas than it is Halloween. So if you don't like what you see, you can always play with it some more. What can we add? Let's see. Let's add some caramel, see what that does. Oh, that's pretty interesting. I like that. That looks better than our rust, because our rust got kind of lost. Okay, I think I'm kind of liking that now. Yeah, that looks a little more Halloween-ish. Okay. And we still have our metal shine in there. I really like the addition of the caramel with that. It's a very pleasing color. I hope you can see that. Appreciate that. Okay, so let's go with our embossing ink now. Before we do that, we need to do our embossing buddy to make sure that our surface is clean. Okay. Now I'm going to ink up my stamp. Good and juicy. Make sure I get all of my details on. And out comes the jewelry tray, or a glitter tray. And I'm going to go for the gold this time. And okay, I think I would like that a little better in the black, but let's emboss it and see what happens. Yeah, you can see that now. Looks pretty cool. If this was not enough contrast for you, what you could do is ink your stamp with the black and go ahead and stamp right over top of that, and you can get some more definition.